you're gonna stare at me, we might as well have a conversation, right? Here, just stay there. Just sit. It's okay. I know when someone is, look around. It's just me and you on here. It's kind of uncomfortable. I get it. It's also kind of bizarre that we're the only people on this train. Pretty strange, actually, considering it's only 9 p.m., I guess. I'm not wearing a watch. I don't know why. I looked at my wrist as if I was wearing... I'm not wearing a watch. So, we don't have a watch here. Anyway, I'm making this terribly weird. You probably saw me on my laptop. That's probably why you were staring at me. All the tapping and the typing and the... What's he doing? Is he writing the next big food blog? Is he sending nuclear launch codes? I don't know. Really, the world is my oyster, and I could be doing a number of things. Definitely. I will say it's not the nuclear launch codes. Definitely not those launch codes. So, what brings you here? Why are we the only people left on this train? You ever stop to think that? How one day you're just on your way home, you get on a random train, and here you are with a stranger. Isn't that strange? Strange for a stranger. Yeah. I don't know. It's just really weird. You just never know who you're going to meet. You just never know who you're going to meet. And I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. You didn't tell me I had fuzzy boys on my shoulder. You might not be my friend after all. Yeah. So, no, I wasn't messing with nuclear launch codes. That would be I'm not that interesting. I'm not. It would be cool. No, I was actually typing a letter to my grandmother. And now that I think about it, she doesn't know how to use the internet, so I don't know why I was doing that. Maybe it's just manifesting, hoping that one day she's gonna figure it out, and then when she does, bazinga. There's an email already waiting for her, and she's gonna be like, "Oh my dear, I can't believe you've already sent me this. It's time travel." No, Grandma. It's not time travel, it's technology, which, well, it's essentially the same thing if you sit there and really think about it long enough. It's essentially the same thing. So, yeah, just want to kind of show you this. You've seen one of these before. I don't know if you have or not, but they are pretty neat. Handy, neatsy, weetsy, neato, fajita. There is so much metal on this, more than there probably needs to be, as you can see here on these belt straps. Metal. Why? Stops it from fraying, I guess. Leather handle, really neat. I have not used these locks yet. Really more of a deterrent than using the locks. People gotta say, "Oh, he's never used it. There's nothing important in there," right? It sounds like there's something in there. That was loud. What are we? Okay, these are functional. That's cool. That's nice. Really cool. Oh boy. oh boy, I did not realize that I was carrying that. Okay, so word of advice: if a man approaches you and asks you, hey, you want to be a part of the delivery service, and you're like, what kind of delivery service? And they're very vague about it. And in a way, they don't want you to know what you're delivering. It's probably not a good idea for you to take that job. In hindsight, I'm realizing this. But maybe I can save you from that trouble. Don't. Oh, God. This is interesting. What a Sunday. What a Sunday it is. Okay, I have a job for you. Do you want to deliver something? I'm just kidding. I don't trust you with that. That's, get us both in a lot of trouble. Do you know what this is? Do you know what it is? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, you probably don't care. Maybe. Do you care? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Do you? Possibly. Not sure. Who knows? I think you do. I think you do. Should we open it? Little latch and ka-chow. This is storage. The subway's about to fall apart. Train thing. There's bugs in here. Bugs. How do they get in the light bulbs? How? If you were to submerge a light bulb, water would not get inside it. How? This is where I keep all my SD cards, safe and sound. Now, they all fit in here. Precisely. This thing is waterproof. Flies could probably also get in here if they wanted to. This is like a rubber, almost. Pretty good. It's pretty good rubber. It's like a mixture between hard plastic and rubber. It's like, it's neither one. Some sort of in between, kind of. Anyway, this is how you protect your material. Really important. Really important, especially if someone asks you to also deliver this, which I haven't looked at these cards yet. Probably not going to do that, considering the contents of that suitcase. So, life is just strange. Very, very strange. One day, you're trying to teach a grandma how to use the internet. You're approached by a mysterious person in a cafe, and the whole delivery service thing. Back to that story. Yeah. Anyway, why are you here? What brings you to wherever we are? I can't read that stop sign. Not the stop sign, but the thing that has the stops on it. The stops. Sign with stops. You just like riding a train. I mean, I'm not judging. That's cool. That's what it is. I think that's commendable. I think I can understand that. Just kind of get away. Take a break from society, I guess. You get to come here in the middle of the night, jump on a train to who knows where. I don't even know where we're going. I was instructed to go this way and told I'd be let known when to get off. And now that I think about it, you might be the one telling me where I should get off this train. No? Okay, never mind. It was a wild guess, considering I haven't seen anyone else all night. Very, very weird. Yeah. the other day, I was biking to the store, and I wanted to get an energy drink, and this particular energy drink reminds me of a drink that I could get back home. And I can't get it anywhere else but this one specific place. So I usually drink one of these every day. Just one. Just drink it every day. It's kind of like my only routine at this point. Helps me relax. Helps me just feel at peace, caffeine. It's really good for that. But I think it's just nostalgic. Sit here, drink my energy drink, and remember all the good times in my life. And you can't put a price on that. Well, you can. Like 35 kroner. But for two of them, it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad. Or about 40 kroner if they're not on sale. But the other day I was biking and was on my way to the store, and all of a sudden it went from a sunny day to the skies opening up and letting forth this torrential downpour, this monsoon monstrosity upon me, and I didn't care. I didn't care at all. It was almost refreshing. I had my earbuds in, and I was listening to some lo-fi hip-hop, and life felt peaceful. For a second, I was back in my own head, and I could concentrate on just being alive again. And usually when you get stuck in rain, most people, they always freak out. They always want to stay dry. They huddle under the nearest cover they can find, and they really just disappear from the world. They sit there and they wait it out, which makes sense if we were all in like a survival world, but we have clothes at home. I mean, some of us are far from home, but it's just water. It's not the end of the world. People act like it is. I think that translates to a lot of things in life. I feel like there are these minuscule problems that we make to be much larger than they actually are, We sit there and we think, wow, this is a big deal. Goodness gracious. Big deal. Sorry, I was looking at someone dropped a Subway card. But I think we need to kind of stay focused on that. And really remember that things are not as bad as we make them out to be. And I mean, sometimes they are. I'm not saying that, every problem should be taken lightly, but I'm talking about the small stuff, the day-to-day problems that we make mountains out of, I think those are what cause us the most grief, ultimately. Because the big problems, we can find solutions for. It's the small stuff that is always on the back of our mind, and we don't worry about it enough to come up with a solution to fix it, because it's not that big of an issue. But they stack and stack and stack and pile on top of each other, and eventually they become this huge problem right out of the blue before you know it. So I think it's best to just let most of those things just be and don't pay them any attention. The more you focus on them, I believe the more power you're giving them. Don't be irresponsible. If you have things you need to take care of them. But if there's things Nothing you can do about. Let them be. Just let them be. Most of the time, you just need a little time. Most of the time, you just need a little time. Just need a little time. Do you ever feel weird talking to random people? Do you ever feel strange or socially anxious speaking with someone you've never met? I do. But I don't feel that way with you. I'm actually quite comfortable now, which is very strange for me. Very strange for me. No, maybe it's your face. You have a very calming face. Very relaxing. You can feel at peace. The least threatening face I've ever seen in my life, honestly. That's a compliment. I don't mean that you're not intimidating. I mean that I'm just not intimidated by you. So, anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I've enjoyed talking with you thus far and explaining to you all my weird life situations that I don't know I have gotten myself into, but that is the way it is. It's just the way the stone rolls. Rolling stones. Rolling away. Sometimes you make weird choices. Sometimes those weird choices lead to cool things. Sometimes they lead to a den darkly lit and you don't know anyone there and you're terrified for your life, but sometimes they lead to good things. Sometimes they lead to good things. We have to focus on those leading to good things because you can't always be afraid of the dark. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to go into the darkness. And, well, it's best to go in screaming, flailing your arms, than it is to go in terrified. Because if there's something in the dark, and it's waiting for you, and it's excited, oh God, I get to prey on this thing coming in here. And then all of a sudden, you come in, swinging around like a sideways windmill, yelling a mixture of 12 languages. Whatever it is in the dark is going to be pretty confused. And I might even say that it would be terrified. And at that point, you've won. You already won. You're a winner. Alright? So, when life gives you darkness, make a sideways windmill. It's the best advice I've ever given, honestly. Make a sideways windmill. I really feel like you lied to me. I feel like you know what's in that box. And I feel like you know where I'm supposed to get off this train. Either that or you're here to kill me. Your silence is both alarming and comforting. Comforting as, well, there's a part of me that believes you just haven't made the decision yet to say what you're gonna say, because what I said was just so outlandish and alarming in the way that you haven't said anything because it's true and you are here to kill me. If you're telling me where to get off the train, it's not that big of an issue. But I did talk about the box, and I was specifically told not to talk about the box. So, that's probably bad, right? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, well, would you look at the time? This just happens to be my stop, so I'm going to just meander on. I'm sitting back now. I prefer a Viking funeral if that's possible.